probably know both, but it doesn't have to be your mind. Calvin, can I understand this? Get it out there. Anytime I'm doing an arm bar, like say I was pinning him, right, and he starts to get out, I always want that arm flat against my body all the time. And I don't see all of you doing that all the time. So if I'm trying to arm bar him, I want this flat against my body. And I tell people, they don't like it, but they don't forget. Imagine his elbow is your girlfriend. All right, you hold on tight, you step over, and you arch up. And that's what you want. See how tight his arm is to me? There's no space at all. So I think that's a big mistake people make. If I'm trying to break his arm, he's a motivated individual, right? So you give him any space, he's gonna get out. So from the get-go, before I go over, I've got him locked on my body. And so when I come up, his arm's coming with me. The other thing, I just mentioned this, I teach statistics. This sounds unrelated, but it is not. If you've taught something for 20, 30 years, you know where students are likely to have problems. Like when they go to multiple regression, they're trying to understand, how do you predict produce two other variables? How do you fit those in an equation? So I know that's one of the things they're likely to have problems with. Learning arm bars, especially when they do things like this when they're going back, one thing I always look for, because people do it all the time, is they will let go with one hand and reach back. So when you teach, you just remember to look for that, because it's just such a common mistake. And I think because you think you're gonna whack your head on the mat, no, I'm gonna flip up your head. So you should never, ever, ever let go. And I'm a little person, so my only prayer is to hold him tight against my body and see how long he can hold up 120 pounds, all right? If it's one hand against one hand, Calvin's winning all day. If it's two hands against two hands, he's still winning. But if it's his two hands against some momentum and 120 pounds, well, I might just have a chance. Notice what I did. I held on with both hands the entire time. I never, ever, ever let go. And it's locked against me with absolutely zero space. You know, like I always tell kids, you should be on them like white on rice. Do not mix your rice. The other thing, and again, I know you all know this, but just to go over, since we're talking about doing a perfect arm bar, people have more range of motion here. They have more strength here than they do at the extreme end of their range of motion. So, normally if I'm having any trouble with him, I'm gonna go towards his head and try and grip it out that way. So it's both, I'm locked up tight, I'm gonna turn and then rotate back. So try it again. I know you know, so just keep it in your brain perfect. So try it again and we'll do something else too. Thank you.